I think of mindfulness as being really present to this moment, to this breath, um, to the timelessness. Well, I think it's funny. A lot of times people will say, "Oh, I'm so inflexible, I can't do yoga." But the only way we become flexible is if we do, if we do things that increase our flexibility. And a lot of times, I think people come to yoga with too high of expectations of themselves because they've taken so long that so much time where they haven't really been cultivating flexibility, for instance, and then their expectations can be so high that when they don't immediately, they can't touch their toes right away, they get discouraged. But the thing about yoga is it's a journey that each person has limitations, each person has strengths and weaknesses, and no two people are exactly the same. So each person has to come to yoga where they are and then make progress in the right direction. Well, a lot of people really aren't used to slowing down. So sometimes they find it very difficult to slow down. And when they do slow down, they start thinking about all the things they have to do. So it's kind of this vicious cycle. Others actually have, if you're a very type A, very driven person, sometimes you kind of want to run instead of walk, and so you land up pushing yourself way too hard and can injure yourself because you're sort of not listening to your body, not mindful of what's, and paying attention to what's going on, and then you tend to just kind of be a type A person on your yoga mat, and that doesn't usually work too well, right? Mm-hmm. I also think that some people give up too soon because it's challenging, it's difficult, and when it isn't easy, often people will say, "I can't do yoga." Down dog is one of the all-time most amazing poses for your body. It really lengthens and stretches your spine. It builds strength in your shoulders. It stretches the backs of your legs, your calves, opens your feet. I mean, it has so many great benefits. It's surprising, but just for people to learn to stand up with proper posture. Mountain pose it's a deceptively simple pose, but most people aren't really standing well. So mountain pose is another pose that is incredibly beneficial. Yoga helps us to step out of the repetitive nature of the mind. Patanjali, who wrote the Yoga Sutras, he talks about chit or chittara, which is defined as the constant chatter of your mind. Most of the time, they've done studies on this where we're repeating the same thoughts over and over again, and that gets very draining. So with our connection to our breath, to the physical postures of yoga, the meditative elements of yoga, those tools help us to step out of that pattern. The mind can rest and it's not burning down our battery. I think one of the greatest gifts of yoga is it trains us, it teaches us to become not so reactive, to put some space, some breath between our responses to things. Just even slowing down and being aware of how we think, how we operate, how we roll, if you will. So it's slowing us down, and then maybe we make different choices. I think it's spiritual from the perspective that yoga really connects us to our true self, our deeper self, not the physical self or the roles that we play, whether it's student or mother or sister or child, all of those different roles that we choose. that we all have. Rather, it connects us through our awareness with our deeper self. Well, I think that all of us live really, really busy lives. We're juggling so many things, cell phones, computer. I mean, there's so many distractions for everybody. And it can get overwhelming. We're not really experiencing things because we are multitasking and have so many things to complete, what have you. Our lives are so busy. Yoga slows us down. Yoga gives us some perspective. It focuses our mind. It helps us see what is essential, what's important, and maybe what is not. Immense. I think the earlier that you can start yoga, the more you'll be connected with yourself, the different decisions that you'll make in the future. It really could reduce stress in everyone's life, and the earlier you can do that, the better. Every disease has at its root stress. So when we can use yoga to decompress and balance stress and maybe also even make different choices in terms of the stress we're willing to withstand, it's a wonderful thing. And then it feels so good to be in a physical body that feels good. I think a lot of people are not in a physical body that is feeling happy and strong and can move. And so even at an early age, if you're doing a lot of sports, things that compress and tighten all of our muscles, you're going to be prone to injury, something that maybe you'll have to live with your whole life. And it's just a great balancer for being physically active, which also has great benefits to reduce stress and help us to feel vibrant and energetic and awesome. But we're balancing out by bringing some of this tightness, maybe even being too competitive, expecting too much from ourselves, all of those things. So physical and mental, it harmonizes us. It brings us to a place of balance. It's all about yoga, and yoga is about balance in all aspects of things. There's this idea of yin and yang, the extremes of everything, and wanting to move ourselves to a place in the middle, because a place in the middle is peaceful. I think one of the biggest ways they can apply to their busy life is to breathe more, breathe often, and slow down. Also, become more focused. When we're more focused, we're not feeling so scattered. I think we move in different directions. We make different choices. We react and interact with other people differently. We see ourselves in other people, because yoga helps us to see that we all have the same tendencies. We all tend to judge ourselves too harshly. We all can feel overwhelmed or anxious or stressed. We all have a chattering mind, so it's this universality that we see ourselves in each other, and when other people see one another in each other, we tend to get along with one another differently.